where we are covering the book of Ilm from Imam Bukhari Sahih. Imam Bukhari, whenever he starts any chapter or any book, specifically in his Sahih book, first he brings the different ayat that are related to that chapter, and after that he brings the different hadith that are related. This is the chapter of knowledge, and he brings one ayah, which is إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. That indeed we have sent down dhikr. What is dhikr? Dhikr is the Quran, is the remembrance of Allah, through whatever we can remember Allah. And surely we are its guards against corruption and all that. So one of the ways Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He guards His deen is through ulama, through people who are learned. That's how Quran is protected. Like today, for example, there are different events. We're going to have a mass burn down of the Quran, or we're going to burn down the Quran. And honestly speaking, although it should hurt us because of our honor and our love for the Quran, it doesn't really affect us. Why? Because the Quran is in our hearts. It's not necessarily just in a book or anything like that. And so when we are learning Arabic, we should all make intention that we are going to become the guardians of the Quran, the preservers of the Quran. And the preservers of the Quran, not necessarily just through, printing out a whole bunch of copies of the Quran and storing it in our shelves or something, but by us learning the Quran. When we learn the Quran, that is our defense. That is our response. That's why we had one of our students became a Hafiz the other day, about 10 years old. And I was speaking in his graduation, and I said, look, this is our response to people who are attempting to get rid of the Quran. We don't respond with violence. We don't respond with anything. What we respond with is making ourselves more knowledgeable. So you should feel proud that the fact that you are learning Arabic, you're only learning it to understand the Quran and Hadith. And so in a sense, you are playing a big role in the preservation of the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's given the Prophet ﷺ so many different things. I mean, blessings after blessings after blessings. And of all the blessings, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks him to ask for an increase in one thing. He doesn't ask him to ask me for an increase in your wealth or your status or your protection or anything. He says to ask for an increase in ilm. قُلْ رَبِّي زِدْنِي عِلْمًا. Right? Oh my Lord, increase my knowledge. Goes to show the value of knowledge. So all of you should feel honored that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you an opportunity to be from those people who are increasing their knowledge. Going right into the lesson, this is the third lesson. I hope you guys were able to kind of go over these lessons. As I said, if you don't go over it and you don't keep up with the vocabulary, it's going to become overwhelming with time. We went over the concept of ma'rifah and nakira, which is definite and indefinite. A specific thing that we're talking about will always have alif lam in front of it, which makes it definite, and that will remove the tanween. The tanween is basically the two dhammas or the two fathas or anything like that. That would be this. So this would be removed if you add alif lam. This would turn it into just one dhamma, one kasra, or anything like that. So we spoke about this concept. Other than that, it was all just vocabulary. We went over that we should say masjidun al-masjidu al-ma'u ma'u. So this is something we spoke about last week. We went over these as well. So we said some of these were supposed to be done for homework. So for example, this one, blank ghaneem. So we are basically making sentences now. And so making sentences, remember, when we are saying is rich, ghaneem means is rich. So that means we are speaking about someone specific, which means the word we have to bring here has to have alif lam, or has to be a name of a person or something definite, something specific. Right? So that's more. So what can we put over here to complete the sentence? At-tajiru. Okay. At-tajiru ghaneem. Okay. So at-tajiru. At-tajiru ghaneem. Okay. Hulmun. Okay. What does hulmun mean? Sweet, okay? What can you say is sweet? As-sukkar, sukkar, okay? Different in Arabic than Urdu. As-sukkar, okay? As-sukkaru hulmun. Maridun, what's a good word that we can put for sick? Ar-rajul, the man. The man is sick. Ladidun, what's sweet or delicious? You could use gulab jamun. At-tufah, you could use tufah as well. But you know, since at-tufah is the Arabic word and gulab jamun isn't, we'll stick to at-tufah. At-tufah. Okay, and tawilun means tall. So what can we use here? Ar-rajul. We can use ar-rajul here as well. And then qasirun, short. Short. Ar-rajul, you could say rajul short, you could just say al-walad. Yeah, the kid, the child, the kid. We spoke about huruf al-qamariyah, huruf al-shamsiyah, which we said basically it's the technical part of whether you pronounce the lam between the alif, after the alif or not. So in this case, al-abu, you pronounce it. In this case, you don't. And these are all alif, ba, jim, ha, kha. These are all places where you'll pronounce it. And then ta, tha, da, tha, ra, za, all of these you will not pronounce the lam. That's all that is over here. This is all just review of last time. Again, I hope you guys went through.
Is there an easy way to remember those? No pattern or?
Not really, to be honest. Yeah, there isn't anything.
Over time.
Yeah, over time you just get used to it, or you just memorize the words. But over time you kind of get it.
In the Quran, though, it has all of those harakat, right?
Yes, Quran. But you know, that's some of our, like the Desi Usmani script, they have more harakat than the regular Arab use. And the goal over here, at least when we study in our institution, the goal is to train the kids to read like this, for example. There's no harakat in this at all, right? Very little harakat. And the goal for us to train the students to read, because remember, regular books in Arabic, at least advanced level books, it doesn't have harakat. You have to figure it out on your own. And you have to think, okay, what makes this dhamma, what makes it kasra, what makes it fatha, what gives it a tanween, what removes the tanween. And so what really Arabic is, multiple things. One is just the definitions, right? But the harakat plays such a huge role because it could alter the definition. So for example, I'll give you one example. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءِ إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. Just the ha and the hu. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ ha or إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهُ. It changes the meaning from indeed Allah is scared of ulama versus the ulama are scared of Allah. So it's a huge change. If you say Allah is scared of ulama, I mean, it's something that will affect your aqidah, right? And so all you did was literally one change of ha and hu, and it changes the whole entire meaning. And that's why it's so crucial to know that these small things of ha, hu, he, all of them, they actually are important. And so this is what Arabic is. Number one, the vocabulary that you're going to be learning. You're going to be learning all of that. Then all it is the ha, he, hu. That's all we're learning. When do you make a ha or han? Who or who? He or him? When do we make it that? And based on the changes, the meaning completely changes. Right? So that's what we're basically learning, and as we go on, we're going to be learning more and more of this. So again, today's lesson is something that we've touched before. It focuses certain things we've covered, certain things we didn't, but the first thing that we're dealing with is huruful jar. What did we say huruful jar are, or harf jar?
Min.
Very good. So some of the huruful jar, one is min. Fi.
Allah.
Ala. Ila, right? Basically, it describes the location of something. So min will explain where, fi will explain in, ala will explain on, and ila will explain two. These are the four main ones. Remember, we covered more than this last time. We said li, that's why we say lillahi ma fi samawat and ba and an. All of these will come as well. But in this lesson, we are focused on fi here as well, ala, and we'll see if it brings up min. It should bring up min as well, and a few of the other things. And so fi, and so what does? Remember, we said it will change the harakah. Huruful jar means to drag something. Why are these called huruful jar? The words or the letters that drags, because the word after it, it will drag it down. So you look over here, say fi maktab, fil bayti. It dragged. What was supposed to be the default of this harakah right here? What was the default? Let's say I just wrote, if I wrote bayt on its own, it didn't have anything before it. What was the default of it? Al-baytu. That was the default. Actually, even before that, the default was baytun. Right? It was baytun. That's the default letter over here. From here, we changed it to alif lam and it changed to baytun. Now we added a fa and it changed to al-bayti. Now, if we remove the alif lam from here, what would it be? Fi bayt? Tin. It would be fi bayt tin. Because remember, the only thing that removed the tanween was the alif lam. But if you put the alif lam, if you take the alif lam away, it will go back to tanween and it will be fi baytin. So over here we have fil bayti. Over here we have fil masjidi. So let's do the same thing over here. Let's do reverse engineering. If this was al-masjidu, what was al-masjidu originally? Masjidun. And after masjidun it became what? Al-masjidu. And after that it became what? Fil masjidi. Right? And so this is the changer right here. These are huruful jar. Now same thing with ala. But the only thing is fi means inside something. And ala means on top of something. Right? So al-maktabu, the original of this is maktabu. Maktabu. Alif lam brings it to maktabu, al-maktabu. And then ala brings it to al-maktabi. Same thing, ala-salili. Right? Ala-salili. Understood up to this much? Now remember we were learning the tools of questioning. The tools of questioning was ma, hal. Today we're going to learn a different tool of questioning, and that's aina. It's an addition to the tools of questioning that we're learning. Aina means what?
Where?
Where. That's all we're learning. So aina Muhammadun. Where is Muhammad? Huwa. Now another thing we're going to learn today is damirs. Right? Damirs is basically pronouns. We're saying basically him, he, she, them. You know, all of these we're learning. And remember, we said in Arabic, everything is single, dual, plural, and everything is feminine and masculine. So we have to learn the pronouns for he one, he two, he three. We have to learn for she one, she two, she three. Right? Good thing we don't have LGBT back then, otherwise Arabic would have been very hard.
A little bit above that, you wrote where for men. Is it not wrong?
Aina.
No.
Yeah.
For men.
Yes.
Is it not from?
Min is from, yeah.
But you wrote where?
Yeah, sorry. This is from. Good catch. This is from. Aina Muhammad. Where is Muhammad? Huwa fil ghurfa. What is this going to be? Ghurfa? Ghurfati, yes. It's going to be majroor. Why? Because of the fa. Okay. Wa aina Yasir? For some reason, this book always puts me in the bathroom or kitchen. Wa aina Yasir? And where is Yasir? Huwa fil hammami. He is in the bathroom. Wa aina Aminatu? Who could tell me something? Let me see if any of you realizes it.
Proper names.
Yeah, so name will always be definite. Name will always be proper, they're specific.
Amina 2 and Yasirun and Muhammad.
Very good. Can somebody explain why?
Because feminine, like the female.
Female,
Female has,
name with the ta marbuta cannot take tanween.
Okay, so that's called mamnu' min as-sarf. Mamnu' means forbidden. Sarf means change. It doesn't accept change very well. Okay? It will still change a little bit from, it could change to aminata, but it will not accept two things for sure. Mamnu' min as-sarf are a set of words. It's not all female words. It's not all male words. Just majority of words that have ta marbuta, not all of them, but majority of the words that have ta marbuta like this will fall into that category. But that doesn't mean all the words that have ta marbuta will fall into that category. At the same time, it also does not mean that something that doesn't have ta marbuta will not be that either. Something could not have that and it could still be, for example, Ibrahim, right? It could still be that. There's different categories of it that as we go further, you'll learn more and more. But just know that there's going to be words that are going to come, they'll be, for English sake, for making it easier, we're going to call them defenders because they defend themselves against two things. What do they defend themselves against? The two things? Number one, tanween. They defend themselves against tanween. We will not accept tanween. The second thing they defend themselves against is a kasra. We will not accept kasra, and we will not accept tanween. And so those are specific words. Again, I don't want you to be overwhelmed because you're going to keep on learning. The author is going to bring them up in a very gradual level. He's not going to bring all of it in one shot. Because to bring it up in one shot, you'll be overwhelmed. He's going to bring it up a little bit by little. First word we come across is Amina. Amina, just know that it's a defender. And because it's a defender, it will not accept a kasra. It will not accept a kasra. Now, if you were to bring something that's supposed to make it maksur, meaning supposed to bring a majrur, like let's say, what were we, if we were to say min Amina, from Amina, right? Now, we're in a little bit of an issue. What's the issue? What does min do to the word after it? Make it majrur. And what is Amina? Amina is a defender and she's like, I'm not going to accept tanween. I'm not going to accept tanween or I'm not going to accept kasra. So then they have a compromise. And they're like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to accept kasra, but I'll just accept fatha. I'll change from a dhamma to a fatha. So it will change from min aminata. Right? And you have one of the words like that from, for example, is Makkah. Makkah. Makkah is a defender as well. So whenever you say, I came from Makkah, ataytu min Makkah, tan you're supposed to say, right? But Makkah will not accept a tanween. So it'll say, ataytu min Makkah. You'll say Makkah, you cannot say it. So anyway, this will come slowly, but just wanted you to be aware because it's obviously a clear difference over here. Wa'ayna aminatu, and where is Amina? Hiya. Now look, we understood huwa is for, it's a pronoun for him, and it's singular. And then hiya is, this is huwa. And then hiya is for her, and it's for singular. So we're learning him and her. And as we go on, we're going to learn for dual, we're going to learn for plural, and it's going to keep on going. Huwa ala al-maktabi wa ayna as-sa'atu, and where is the watch? Where's the watch? And it says hiya ala as-sarir. Now you know, remember I told you, everything in Arabic, object or not object, it's all feminine or masculine. Over here, hiya is used for Amina, and hiya is also used for Sa'a. Well, even though Amina is a human, but it's a female. And over here, hiya is it's an object, but it's still considered a feminine. Therefore, it is hiya. And that's why I say hiya ala sabil. Up to here, any questions? I don't want to move forward until everybody's on page.
What is the meaning of ghurfa?
Ghurfa means room.
Room.
Yeah. Allah mentions ghurfa in the Quran as well. The plural of ghurfa is ghuraf. Allah talks about how there will be rooms made out of crystals for them in the hereafter. Any questions? Up to here, we're caught up?
And matbakh is kitchen.
Matbakh is kitchen, yes. Matbakh is kitchen. طيب. Now basically practice. أجب عن الأسئلة. Answer the questions. الآتية, the following. أين محمد? أين الكتاب? Where is the book? So you will answer what? First is huwa.
Huwa.
It is. And now we have to answer where it is. Huwa? Huwa fi? Okay, so here, okay, so, yeah, we'll get, so should we say it is in the desk or it is on the desk?
On that.
So therefore we will use
Ala.
ala, not fi. So ala, and then what are we going to say? Should we say it is on desk or the desk? So which means we should add alif lam. And now we want to say the thing, right? Al, the babi bu.
B.
B. Why? Because of the ala. Pretty simple, right? Now you guys are able to make sentences in Arabic, mashallah. Aina Muhammadu? Where's Muhammad? Okay, very good. Huwa. And now what do we want to say?
B.
Fil hammam. Okay, so he is in the bathroom. Fi al.
Or fil masjid.
Or you could say masjid as well. And it will be there. Now, what if you were to say, what if somebody wanted to say he's in Makkah?
Makkati.
Very good. Huwa, it will be huwa fi Makkah ta. Why? Because Makkah is a defender. It will defend itself against a tanween and it will defend itself against a majhul. So it will not accept that. So, I mean, the rest is all homework.
On the defender's part, is that if you just see the Tama Buddha, that's how you know?
So, as I've explained, that's one of the signs. However, that's not the only sign. And it's not the, majority of the words, especially if they're names, and they have Tama Buddha, 95% chance it's a defender. But, again, you still have a 5% chance that it may not be. The second thing is that it's not just that. Like, for example, the word Ibrahim, it doesn't have a Tama Buddha, but it's a defender. So you're going to learn slowly different categories that will make something a defender or a non-defender. But that's going to come slowly. It's not going to be one shot. Any other questions? But the rest of it is basically homework. Aina sa'atu? Now, okay, let me answer this one with you because it's a different damir. Aina sa'atu? How would we answer them? First of all, raise your hand if you could translate this.
India is watch.
Okay? So, raise your hand if you could answer this. First of all, translate this.
Number 3.
Okay. Where is the watch? Very good. Now, somebody has to answer. Raise your hand if you could answer.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's read.
Okay. So, because sa'a is feminine, this is feminine. You will, and remember, most of the time if it has a tamar buta, it will basically mean that it is a feminine. So you'll say hiya. And now you can say multiple things. You could say hiya fil ghurfa, hiya ala sarir, all that. But you guys said ala. So ala as-sarir. Hiya ala sarir. Aina Yasir? Where's Yasir? Aina Amina? Where's Amina? Amina tu fil ghurfa. Remember again, see it's Amina tu. It doesn't say Amina tu, right? For that reason. See now over here it says Ayasiru fil matbahi. Now who could translate this?
Is Yasir in the kitchen?
Very good. Is a questioning tool, and therefore it's saying is Yasir in the kitchen? Okay. Now who could read this one to me? Raise your hand if you could read this. Yes.
Who is in the room?
Who's in the room? Very good. Remember, see, this is why it's important. You could have read this as min. And you can also read this as man. Now, you don't have a haraka on it. But mashallah, your Arabic is teaching you that min could come for where, and man comes for who. And what makes sense over here is who rather than where, right? So, from. right? So that's where this basically makes a difference. So very good. You got that covered. Mada, what is on the desk. So those are all just practice. اقرأ واكتب مع الضبط أواخر الكلمة. Yes. I'm sorry? Mada is what? Mada is what? Okay, so it's good you brought it up because to me I thought we had covered. Mada, we've covered ma before, right? We've covered ma. And mada is basically the same thing as almost putting ma plus hada together. It's almost like putting ma and hada together. It basically means what is. But if you just put ma also means what is. And mada also means what is. But if you were to break it down, really what it is, it's ma and hada together, they just remove this and they said mada. That's basically what it is. But ma and mada are the same thing. Okay. Now, these ones, remember what we said is Arabic is mainly about definitions and about figuring out the Dhamma Fatha Kasra. So up till now we were covering definitions. Now over here, you need to basically give me a definition for this. Al-Madrasa means what? The school. And fil madrasa tati tu. What is it? Ti. Fil madrasa ti. And that means what? In the school. Very good. Fil bayti means?
In the house.
In the house. And al-bayt?
Al-Baytu.
See, I heard tati tu, right? And I think it's important for us to solidify this right now. Remember, in Arabic, the default of every single word, a noun, is that it will always have a dhamma tanween. So it will always be tun. If there's nothing changing it, it will be tun. Now, if you bring alif lam, what will alif lam change it to? Tu. Now, if you bring fa in front of it, what will that change it to? And what if we were to bring fa but not alif lam?
Tin.
Tain. Okay, so this is the default. Everybody should know this right here. Tun, tu, ti, tin. I mean, you could switch up the order to however you understand it, but basically that. So now this one right here, this should be what? Al-bayt, tati tu.
Al-Baytu.
Al-baytu, very good. Al-ghurfa, tati tu.
Tu.
Tu. Al-hammami mu.
Umamin.
Okay. Fil matbakha, fil matbakhu, fil matbakhi, fil matbakhan. What is this?
Fil.
Fi
Bakhi.
matbakhi, fil matbakhi. Al-maktaba bibu.
Al-Maktabu.
Ala al-maktaba bibu.
Maktabi.
Ala al-kursiyi, kursiya, kursiyu.
Kursiyi.
Ala al-sariri raru.
Sariru.
Ala al-kitab bibu. Fil masjidadi du. Right. Very good. Alright, same thing. The next one is اقرأ واكتب, read and write. الطالب في الجامعة. So all you have to do really here is mainly translate and then put the harakat. Okay? So what we'll do is we can, should we go in order or should we just have raise of hands or we just call it out? طيب, you want to start? Alright, I guess I'll call it out. Okay. الطالب في الجامعة. الطالب is the student. في means
In.
الجامعة to the university. The student is in the university. الرجل في المسجد.
The man.
The man is in the masjid.
أين التاجر?
Where is the merchant?
Businessman, merchant. هو في الدكان.
He is in the shop.
القلم على المكتب.
The pen is
On the table.
Yes.
أين زينب؟
Where is Zainab?
Where is Zainab?
Okay, I want you guys to, really work with alert mind, right? Because the more alert you are, the quicker you'll pick up stuff. Okay, who could tell me what's going differently with this sentence?
Zainab
It's female.
Yes.
Zainab.
Zainab is what?
is a female.
Is a female, and it doesn't, okay?
It's a defend.
It's a defender. Why? Because it doesn't have, it's not Zainabu. Right? Now remember, I told you, not all words that have ta marbuta, you could have words that don't have ta marbuta, and it will still be defender. So Zainab is a defender letter. So just keep that in mind. هي في غرفتي. She's in the
Kitchen.
أين الورق قاقي
أنا الورق.
قو هو على المكتب. And then أين المدرس? No. Okay. All right. Your first list of defenders. Your first list of defenders. You see all of these letters right here. They're all non-defenders. All of these letters right here, words right here, they're all defenders. You say Muhammadun, Khalidun, Hamidun, Yasirun, Ammarun, Sa'idun, Aliyun, Abbasun. All of them have tanween. All of them have tanween right here. Which means they're not defenders. Which means they'll accept Dhamma, they'll accept Kasra, they'll accept Tanween, they'll accept Kasra, they accept everything, right? Aminatu, these people are defenders. No, we're not going to accept everything. And what is a common theme that you see over here? The common theme isn't necessarily Ata Marbuta. The common theme over here is that these are all female names. They're all female names, right? So Aminatu, Zainabu, Fatimatu, Maryamu, Aishatu, all of these with ta marbuta and without ta marbuta like Maryam, but they're all defenders. So this is your first list that you guys can memorize in terms of the first categorization, you can say, that you guys can master in terms of defenders. Up to here, everybody understood? See over here, now it's they have a tanween for you or the dhamma for you. Now this list will not have it for you. You have to figure it out yourself.
Amanatu, Ammarun, Sayyidun.
Okay, this table right here is not going to, because you guys are answering all the questions. So this table is not going to answer any of the questions. I want to hear from other people. I want to hear from other people. Okay, so the first one is Hami
Hamidun.
Dun. Hamidun. There's nothing that makes it a defender, so it's going to be. Okay, Zaina, Bu. Amina, Tu. Amma, Run. Sa'id, Dun. Fatima, Maryam, Ali, Khalid, Abbas, Aisha, Tu. Muhammad, Safiya, Khadija. Okay. Remember, we are still learning huruful jar. What's huruful jar? Basically, it describes a location. It makes the word after it majroor. So we learned ala and fi in the previous section. In this section, we're learning min and ila. But we've been practicing it already, so it should be very easy. So this is al-baytu, but min comes before it, so it changes to min al-bayti. It says al-masjidu, but ila comes before it, so it changes it to? Okay. Now you're going to learn actual dialogue. You're going to learn enough information in this lesson to where you could have a dialogue with someone, a very basic dialogue. Where are you from? I'm from this place. How are you? A few of those things. Okay. So you want to ask somebody, where are you from? You have all the tools to ask somebody where you're from. Where is what? Min. From is what? Aina. And you is what? Anta. So you want to ask somebody, where are you from? Min, aina, anta. Now if you want to say, I am, I is what? Ana. Right? Min is from. I am from Al-Yaban. What's Yaban?
Japan.
Huh?
Japan.
Japan?
Yes.
I am from Japan. Ana min al-Yaban. Now you're going to learn some countries over here. Ana min al-Yaban. Okay? Wa and min aina Ammarun. Where's Ammar from? Huwa min as-Sini. He is from what Sin? China. Yes. Your question?
Min aina anta. If it was for female, it would be anti.
Yes. If it was for female, because anta is for male, anti is for female. Okay. Wa min aina Hamidun. And where's Hamid from? Huwa min al-Hindi. Aina Abbasu. Where's Abbas? Now remember, there's no min right here, which basically means you're asking where is he right now. Aina Abbasu. Where's Abbas? And so this is important. This is your first verb, kharaja. This is your first verb. And verbs, once you learn verbs, that's when things are going to open up to you. You know, slowly, you're going to start to understand a lot more. So the next 5 lessons, I mean, you guys will get a very decent level of understanding of Arabic just once you start to get the concept of verb. So kharaja basically means
Left.
Remember in Arabic we said that there's always going to be a singular, dual, and thing. So when we learn verbs, we basically make a chart, right? The chart is singular, dual, and plural. Okay. And then you have masculine, singular, masculine, feminine. And this chart goes into like multiple sections, but basically each of these is filled with something. Like that. So we're going to learn this chart at a later point. But right now, since kharaja came, I wanted to put this into the chart. Kharaja, who are we talking about over here?
Single person.
Singular, which means it comes in this category right here. And where does it, is it masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Masculine. So kharaja will come over here. Now to say it for 2 people is going to differ. It's going to be khara,
Ja.
ja, there'll be alif right here. So the change is alif right here. To change it to plural is going to turn into
Kharaju.
khara,
Ju.
ju. So what you're adding over here is a waw and an alif. Right? And so you're seeing this. Now let's say we go to feminine. What will you say here?
Kharajat.
Kharajat. You're going to add a ta with a sakin at the end. Kharajat. Kharajat. And you wanted to add a, what's it called to it?
Kharajta. No, I think it's Kharajta.
I was trying to make the tip of the finger a little bit skinnier, so it's easier to write. But anyway, so it would be kharajata. Kharajata. Same thing, you'll just write kharajat, but you'll just add a thing at the end of it. An alif at the end of it. Kharajata. And then it will be kharajna. The plural will be kharajna. Now with the alif, without an alif, kharajna. Anyway, I think this is enough for this time. Next time I'll fill in the other two rows as well. These I'll cover as well. But right now you know that this is the pattern. You're going to come across 1,000 different verbs. Right? This is the pattern. It'll be kharaja, kharaja, kharaju. Kharajat, kharajata, kharajna. You're going to learn, for example, this is to go out. Kharaja means to go out. What about, let's say, eat? How do you say eat? Akala. So for singular masculine, what will you say? Akala. For dual, 2 people, they ate, what will you say? Akala. For plural, multiple people, all of us ate over here. What will we say? Akalu. For female, she ate, what will we say? Akalat. For 2 females, they ate, what will we say? Akalata. For a group of females, they ate, what will we say? Akalna. Now, one thing to keep in mind over here, is this is what we call al-madi. What's al-madi?
Past.
Past. This whole entire chart is for past. We have a similar chart for plural. For mudari, for present and future. We have a similar chart. So this chart right here, it's basically 16 different, 12 or 16. 12 different things that we memorize right here, right? Similar thing you're going to learn for plural as well, but right now we don't want to learn too much because it gets overwhelming. So right now we're just focusing on past, and we're mainly focusing on this circle right here, this one right here, right? But I still gave you a little bit of the extra ones just so you guys have a, like a context. Yes?
So when you say kharajna, would it also not mean we?
No, and that's why I made a distinction. Remember I said without an alif,
Okay.
right? The one that's with we, that's going to come over here, and that would be kharajna with an alif. And that's why tajweed is so important, right? Because if you recite kharajna as kharajna, so now you just changed it from the females ate, the females went out, you just change it to we went out. Right? Just something as simple as kharajna versus kharajna. Right? It changes from the females to we. So that is going to come in this category right over here. Right? So anyway, we will go into the rest of it. But this is very nice because once you get into verbs, that's when things start to flow so much better. And it's just a matter of how many verbs you keep on learning. The more verbs you learn, the more understanding you're going to have. And so I would definitely recommend everybody to know at least up to this much of the chart by next week. Next week I'll give you the remainder chart, and then hopefully you'll know that. And hopefully the third week, unless the book brings it earlier, then we will give you the mudari, which means for present and future. Which basically will say instead of kharaja, it will be yakhruju. There's always a ya in the beginning of it. Okay. Now that it says, Aina Abbasu? Where's Abbas? Now, you see, even though kharaja, it's one word, right? But kharaja is a full sentence. Kharaja is a full sentence. What makes it a full sentence?
Because it's explaining who is where.
It's explaining who you're talking about, what's it called, the gender. It's explaining the number. It's explaining the tense. And that's why we say Arabic is so compact. It's so comprehensive. What you can express in Arabic in one statement may sometimes take you a whole paragraph to explain it in any other language. And this is a clear proof of it. Why? Because over here, kharaja is one word. But from this one word, you're understanding who, how many people, what is the tense, what is the gender. You're learning all of these things from just one word. You're learning all of these things from just one word. So, Aina Abbasu? Where's Abbas? Kharaja. What does kharaja mean? He went out. He left. He went out. Kharaja specifically means went out. Makhraj means what? The place where people get out from. So, kharaja. Aina dhahaba. Now see, this is your second. This is now your second verb that you're learning for the day. Dhahaba. Now remember, and I would recommend you to do the same thing. This chart that we just made for kharaja, make the same exact chart for dhahaba. Every time you learn a different verb, make this chart for that verb. So it will be dhahaba, dhahaba, dhahabu, dhahaba. And we learn these like, the kids in our school, they learn these like, it's like they're reciting Surah Fatiha. Dhahaba, dhahaba, dhahabu, dhahaba, dhahabta, dhahabna, dhahabta, dhahabta, dhahabta. Like, just like, and you give them, and once you learn the pattern, you could do that pattern with anything. Like the kids will have fun and they'll be cucumber, 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 cucumber. What do they say? Cucumber. But you could use that pattern with anything, right? And so it's about learning this pattern. So over here, we did it for kharaja. Now we're doing it for dhahaba. Kharaja means he left. Kharaja means he went out. Dhahaba means he went. You see there's a difference. He left, meaning he went outside. He went out. Kharaja has the notion of going out. Dhahaba means he left. Right? He left. Where did he go? I mean, he could have gone to another room. right? He could have gone to this, he could have gone to that. You don't have to sometimes go out to go somewhere, right? You could go with him. And so, أين ذهب? So we're saying, where's Abbas? خرج, he left, meaning he went out. أين ذهب? He went out. So where did he go if he went out? ذهب إلى المدير. He went to the principal, right? وأين ذهب علي? And where did Ali go? ذهب إلى المرحاض. Mirhad is what again? It's toilet, it's the bathroom, right? And so now you're realizing that how full sentences basically come to be. You're learning full sentences. Okay, these are all basically, answering these questions. You're going to answer these questions in Arabic. Min ayna anta? So if somebody was to come to you and says, Min ayna anta? What are you going to say? And remember, for male it's going to be ta. For female it's going to be what? Ti. Right? Min ayna anta. So if you were to go ask a female, where are you from? You should not say min ayna anta. You should say min ayna anti. Right? That's why, for example, you'll learn other than too, but ka, for example, when we say jazakallah. For male it's jazaka. For female it's ki. Jazaki. Right? But we'll get to that. Okay, min aina anta or min aina anti, you would answer this with what? Ana, very good. Min, very good. Wherever you want to say, ana min Pakistan or ana min Kala. Right? Ana min Pakistan or ana min Kaliba. Whatever you want to answer. Anta min al Philippines. How do you translate this?
Are you from?
Are you from? Remember, is over here, right? And anta, anta. When you learn the different qira'at, actually, when two a's come, you could actually say right? Just stretch it. Instead of saying anta, you could say right? But anyway, that's a tajweed matter. You don't speak that way. You don't go to somebody and say anta min Pakistan. You don't say that. That's only when you're reciting Quran. You say but over here, we're specific in speaking. You'll say, "Anta min Philippines?" Are you from Philippines? So let's say if I was to ask, Dr. Umar, if I was to ask you, "Anta min Philippines?" How would you answer this? First, you're not from Philippines, right? So the first answer would be la, and that would be the simplest answer, la. But if you want to give the correct answer, you would say, "La, ana min Pakistan." I'm from Pakistan.
So,
Man min as-Sin.
so when saying ana min Pakistan, usually it comes out ana min. Is it wrong or right?
What do you mean?
Ana min Pakistan?
Oh, no, you say ana min Pakistan. Yeah. Now over here, see, look, over here you have the harakats on it. You have the fatha here, and you have the kasra here. But let's say the fatha and kasra was not there for you, which majority of the Arab books, they will not have it for you. So then you're going to be confused. Is it man sin, min sin? You're going to be confused unless you know the meanings of these, right? So over here, because you know the meaning, you're saying man min as-Sin, who is from China, and then you could say, oh, Muhammad min as-Sin, Muhammad is from China, or you could say ana min as-Sin, I'm from China, or you could say hiya min as-Sin, she is from China, right? So man min as-Sin. And then min aina Hamid. Where is Hamid from? Min aina Hamid. Aina dhahaba Abbas. Dhahaba Aliyun ila al-Mudir. Right? So you're basically answering these, inshallah, for homework. Okay. Iqra waktub. All you're doing is what we've been doing. Basically, you're going to put the harakats on this. Al-ghurfatati tu, min al-ghurfatati tu. Inshallah, we can do this for homework as well. And then we have over here, min aina Fatima, here min al-Hind. Iqra waktub. All you're doing is reading and writing. All of this is practice. So write the harakat on top of these and write the meaning of it. That's the homework. Write the harakat and write the meaning. Over here, you're given words. You have to pick one. You have to pick min, ila, fi, or ala, and fill in the blank. Al-kitabu fil maktabi, min al-maktabi, ila al-maktabi, or ala al-maktabi. Which one were you saying? Fil maktabi or ala al-maktabi. It is in the desk or it is on the desk. You will not say min al-maktabi, from the desk, right? It will make sense. And then these are all different words, different things. So I'll just give you the meaning of these real quick. Al-madrasatu, you guys know the meaning, right? So whichever one you don't know the meaning, just let me know. Madrasatu, school. Al-faslu is a classroom. Al-hammamu is the bathroom. Mirhad is like the toilet, and hammam is more like the shower. Al-matbakhu, kitchen. Al-ghurfatu, the room. Al-jamiatu, the university. Al-suqu, the market. Al-yabanu, Japan. Al-Sin, China. Al-Hindu, India. Al-Filipino, Philippines. Al-mudiru, the principal. Dhahaba, he went. Kharaja, he went out. Fi, ala, min, ila. We covered all of these, and as I said, they're called huruful jar. Huruful jar.
So there is no P in Arabic.
There's no P, no. It's just ba.
Big ba.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, this brings us to the fifth lesson. We're basically done with this. I do not want to skip our little recitation of the Quran as it drives us forward. So we'll start with this. Bismillah. So we covered up to 11th ayah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ala. Ala we haven't learned yet, but it's something in Arabic that you just use for, hey, beware. Like it's an attention grabber. Ala. Innahum. Remember today we learned huwa. And we said huwa is for singular and it's for masculine. Hum is for masculine but a group. And inna comes for emphasis. Indeed they, innahum, humul, they are mufsidun, they are the corruptors. Walakin, you're going to learn walakin, but walakin basically means, it means but or however. La, they're not. Yash'urun, they're not able to perceive it. They're not able to feel that they are the corruptors. They're the corruptors, but they cannot perceive that they're the corruptors. وَإِذَا, we covered إِذَا last time, and when. قِيلَ, it said, لَهُمْ, to them. آمِنُوا, remember we just learned a few different verbs. We said, ذَهَبَ, ذَهَبَا, ذَهَبُوا. So this one is آمَنَا, آمِنَا, آمِنُوا. When a group of them believe. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا. When a group of them, when it's told to them, believe. كَمَا آمَنَ النَّاسُ. The way the people believed. قَالُوا, they said, أَنُؤْمِنُ should remember this is ul istifham. And that is for questioning. أَنُؤْمِنُ, should we believe? كَمَا, as آمَنَ السُّفَهَاءُ, as the sufaha means the stupid ones, the idiots. Oh, should we believe like the stupid ones believed? Ala, beware. Innahum, indeed they are. Humus sufaha'u, they're the stupid ones. Walakin, however, la ya'lamun, they do not know. وَإِذَا, and when, laqu, so same thing, remember we say, laqiya, laqu, so it's for plural, for male. وَإِذَا لَقُوا, and when they meet, الَّذِينَ, those, آمَنُوا, those who believe, قَالُوا, they said, آمَنَّا, we believe. وَإِذَا, and when, خَلَوْا, خَلَوْا, it's a plural for them. وَإِذَا خَلَوْا, and when they are left alone, إِلَى شَيَاطِينِهِمْ, to their shaitans, قَالُوا, they said, إِنَّا, we, مَعَكُمْ, we're with you. إِنَّمَا, we, نَحْنُ, we, مُسْتَهْزِئُونَ, we're just mocking them. We're just saying, oh, we're with you, this, that, but we're just making fun of them. It's like nowadays when a politician says, Insha'Allah, right? Like, oh, you said Inshallah, what are you becoming Muslim? No, I'm just making fun of them. You know? Not like that. Allah, يَسْتَهْزِئُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mocks them. وَيَمُدُّهُمْ, madda yamuddu is to prolong something. فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ, in their transgression. يَعْمَهُونَ, and while they are wandering blindly. They don't know what they're doing, but Allah is making fun of them while they're prolonging in their transgression against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know what I really love about this is when you think of today's society, this is exactly what's happening. It's exactly what's happening. And so when you learn Arabic and you're understanding, Allah yastahzi'u bihim, Allah's making fun of them. وَيَمُدُّهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ, and He's prolonging them in their transgressions as they wander blindly. It fits, especially when you are, continuously hearing against Islam, against Muslims, against this. And then over here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells you very clearly, oh, these are people that, like right here.
أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ الْمُفْسِدُونَ. They're corruptors. These people are saying, no, no, we're like that. وَلَكِنْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ, but they do not perceive it. So you start to think that, okay, Allah is aware. Allah knows. And it's something that you feel good about. Last ayah. أُولَٰئِكَ. Remember we said, هَذَا, ذَلِكَ. أُولَٰئِكَ is for a group. And it's a ismun ishar. أُولَٰئِكَ, they. الَّذِينَ, those who, remember, الَّذِينَ is for who? Those who, اشتروا. Ishtara is just like we said, ذهب. Ishtara is for two. Ishtarau is for a group of men. Ishtarau, these are the people who, what? They purchased, they bought. Ad-dalalata, they purchased what? They purchased misguidance, error. Bil-huda, what did they purchase it with? What did they exchange it for? Bil-huda, they exchanged guidance for misguidance. Bil-huda, fama, they did not. Rabihat, remember we said feminine, just we said rabiha, rabihu. Why is that rabihat? Because it is feminine. Fama rabihat. What is feminine? What are we talking about? We're talking about tijara. Tijara is feminine. Tijara is fama rabihat tijaratuhum. Their business or their transaction did not make any profit for them. وَمَا كَانُوا مُهْتَدِينَ, and they were not guided. They were not guided. And so we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to understand. Inshallah, we have a few minutes to make adhan and prepare for salah. If you guys have any questions or any clarification, anything, inshallah, I'm available to help out.